We got the umbrella. Go on, T-Bone. Go on, T-Bone. Go on, yeah. Come over there about 20 to 7 this morning, early morning wake up call, and he said to me, "You start packing up, mate?" I'm like, "Nah, mate, I need another hour or so." So with that, I've laid in bed at 20 past 7. I watched my, looked at my phone again. So 20 minutes We've done it. We have done it. I honestly can't believe it. Beginning of the video I was talking about a fish called Eric's Ghosty, and this one dearly T wanted to come in me as well. And, look at this, mate, got it in the net. Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Ben from the Parker Brothers, and welcome back to another fishing video. I got a smile on my face because I'm back down Berners Hall, and I'm here for our annual holiday. Myself and T's sort of annual holiday, if you like. We go for a week every year at various day tickets up and down the country every year for around sort of between 4 and 7 nights. We are on for 7 nights, and if I'm honest with you, we've already been on for 2, but I'll touch on that in a second. What I'm going to do is, guys, I want to take you on my journey. I don't know if I'm going to do this video in 2 parts. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I think I've gathered what the fish are doing over the last couple of days. But obviously we're on with Parker Baits, and we got quite a lot of it, to be fair, being that we're here for a few days. Plenty of boilies, plenty of chops, a bit of naturals as well, and some corns, so just some generic bits, but you know, with 100% confidence going in. If you haven't seen me before, my name's Ben. We upload every Sunday 7:30 to the Parker Brothers YouTube channel, and everybody gets involved, guys. We've got a live premiere and everybody gets involved. I mean, there's been in excess of 330 people before in that live chat, so if you are free on a Sunday 7:30, join in and join the wave, guys, and we can enjoy the video together. It makes it even more enjoyable. So what has gone on the last couple of days? Now, we've had a howler, but not in a good way. We've been watching people, 1 or 2 directly in front of us, absolutely haul. There must be in excess of 10 fish now over there, and over the last couple of days, and they've been getting bites in the day as well. The gentleman over there, everybody seems to be fishing a lot of worm. Also, before we turn up, a good friend of mine, Ash Izzard, very good friend, and a friend that's does a lot of match fishing, and someone I used to do a bit of match fishing with back in sort of 2007, 2008, around that time, and we've stayed in contact all them years, and he's still doing it. And there's been a match on over the weekend which was gone, so that was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We turned up Sunday, and a lot of maggot and worm went in. I think a hell of a lot of it. I mean, I think there's 2-3 people up this side of the bank had about 1,200 quid's worth of worm, just between 2 or 3 people, or 2 people. It's absolutely crazy. I wish my pockets were that deep, to say the least, but thanks to Ash, he sort of gives a few pointers. He is a very good angler, gives a few pointers, and sort of let us know what was happening with the fish. And what I can gather is the fish in the day, from the time that we've been here, are going down to that peg 1 area and along that tire wall, and I think they're gradually coming out at night. The wind has been primarily chopping down this end the whole time we've been here, but when it slacks off, you can naturally see the fish starting to come back up again. And again, that's sort of something also Ash mentioned, and now I've seen it with my own eyes. I totally agree with him, to be honest, and it's very obvious they're doing that. I think last night they're very tight to the island. Fish has just rolled on T-spot. That's a good sign. I literally, as I've looked up there. But that is what I think that's happening. The wind, like I said, has been very consistent down this end of the lake since we've been here, and the duration of the time we've been here. So first night, nothing. Couple of beeps, not very good at all. So last night, what happened last night? Now here's a story for you. I'm gutted, if I'm honest. I was shaking last night. So we got up about, I was up about 12:30, stayed up for an hour, go and woke T up after I sat there for about an hour and said, "Oh mate, you need to watch out here, it's just crazy. There's a lot of fish showing," but they were showing in that main body of water to my left, not in our water, but just to the left. Anyway, we stayed up till about 4 in the morning, just before first light, and T was in bed, to be honest with him, and I don't blame him, because it was a long night, sort of trying to be locked on and just trying to work out what they were doing, these fish. Anyway, he went back to bed. 4:30, my middle rod absolutely melts off, mate. I'm in bed, I've run out of bed, I've like slipped my shoes on, like just put them on, pushed the heels down, and I've hooked into this fish in this middle thing, and my god, is it took me on a merry dance. It went left, but it's sort of stayed out of it, just hold its grain like a typical big fish. Whole way in, just a big lump. It wasn't doing really aggressive runs. It'd done a couple, but it was like just big old lunges the whole way in. I'm thinking this is a good fish. Anyway, barbless hooks here, anybody who hasn't fished here before, and if you need any more details, guys, go over to their website. It's all in full details at Berners Hall Fisheries. If you just type that in Google, it will come up and all their rules on there, but barbless hook rules. So as you can imagine, I'm quite twitchy anyway playing this fish. Anyway, 15 minutes on, fish comes up in front of me. I'm thinking this is it. Puts my head torch on it, but on a low light, sees it clear as day. Late 30, 110%. It was a good 30. Just about to go over the net cord. As it's coming up to the net cord, about 2 inches away from the net cord, the hook is popped and the fish is turned. With that, I was either put a foot in the water, and I put half a foot in the water, and I've pushed the net forward like that, and I've literally touched the back of the fish, and I didn't land it. So with that, I'm obviously angry, happy that I've caught something, but obviously devastated at the same time, because it's never nice losing him, and it's always one of them, you know, everybody's been here and gone, "Oh, I caught a big one, I had a big one," but when you actually see it there right in front of you, and then you lose it, it makes it even worse. So that is where we're up to in the video now, guys. And if I'm honest with you, what I've done is I've topped up with a bit of bait with me this morning. I've dropped it up, and luckily Kevin Bone, shout out to Kevin Bone, he's lent me his bait boat, good friend of mine, someone you've seen on the channel before, and he's absolutely on fire at the moment. This bloke, everywhere he seems to go, he's just knocking out 30 pounders like it's going out of fashion. He's had more 30 pounders than you have hot dinners this year. It's crazy. So fair play to Kevin again, mate. Thanks for letting me use your boat. It really does mean the world to me and T. So we're sort of sharing that, being very careful, and obviously taking this boat out. It's a bit of kit, and we've dropped the rod out. We are still casting, because me and T, we always say it's cheating using boats, and I hold my hands up to that 100%. I love casting. I love the rawness of fishing with your rods. I do like that. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Bit of a long intro, but obviously there's quite a lot to keep you in the loop with. But like I said, I don't know if it's going to be 2 parts, maybe 1 part, depending on what the fishing's like. But like I said, guys, hopefully me and T can bring you an absolute banger. There's some absolute rhinoceros pigs in this lake, and like I said, it really is a lake that gets me going as I sit on this bed chair, look out, and knowing that there's some good fish out in the water. And T is very, we really wants the ghosty, and Eric's ghosty, and it's a lovely ghosty. It sometimes goes 40 pound, might be a little bit down in weight now, but imagine seeing that on the bank. So there it is. That's where I'm at. That's what I'm doing. That's what bait we're using, guys. That's how long we're here for. And yeah, join my journey. So there it is. Just before I start this video, give us a thumbs up, make sure you comment down below, smash that subscribe button so you don't miss any videos going forward, and I will see you over the next few hours, guys, and I'll probably keep in the loop. For now, time to lock onto the water, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace out. Well, that is me topped up with bait. 3 rods. Tonight I'm going to redo 2 of them, but I'm fishing on that tree and I'm fishing tight. I've just given 3/4 of a bucket, and yesterday I'd done very similar amounts, so fingers crossed. Granted, I know I haven't had one yet, but we are here for a long period of time, so that's the reason why I've done that. But yeah, as you can tell, I'm a little bit out of breath. Time to sit back now, look onto the water, and redo them rods probably, I don't know, 5ish, 6ish, something like that tonight, and then leave them till 12 o'clock tomorrow. It's going to be one of them, but the wind's still chopping down this end. Lovely. Someone in there, someone in there, someone in there. There's a missed peg there. Someone's in there, someone's in there, someone's in there, someone's in there, someone's in there. 1 and 2. Peg, 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 and there's 1 left at the end. Gentleman now on the point, and I don't know what's round the other end. So as you can see, very busy. But they could do 1 or 2 things. Hopefully move the fish around, or keep them in one spot. But I think it will keep the fish moving. So fingers crossed. I'll see you in a bit. 20 to 5. I'm sat in the bivvy, and it's just started raining. It's sunny, but it's raining, so got loads of clouds up there. It looks moody, proper mega like it should be happening, and hopefully it does tonight. We're all ready. I did put rods out earlier. I didn't record it, guys, but they went out absolutely beautiful, and I mean beautiful, the happiest I've been since I've been here in regards to them rods placement. So just hope it happens tonight, but I'll probably touch base here later on with the foodie bits. But for now, I'm just going to keep watching that water. Yes, yes, he's blooming done it. He's blooming done it. Right, I'm trying to put my shoes on. Come on, Ben. Come on. Oh my god. Right, finally some action. And T is the man. He's got the bite this evening. The rain's been on and off. Is this the start of something to come? Is this the start of something to come? I get you worried now, ain't you? Well done, mate. Well done, mate. My heart's pounding. I bet it is. I just want to get it in. Right, come on. I'm going to put this camera down now, and hopefully we see you soon. We got the umbrella. Go on, T-Bone. Go on, T-Bone. Go on, yeah. Get in there, my son. Oh, just helping T get that out. What's that then, mate?
That's an OG fish pop up, mate.
OG fish, washed out pink. Lovely jubbly, I'll give you that, mate. It's a Bosch, there it is. Well done, T.
Cheers, mate.
16.5, OG fish, pop up, like we said, washed out pink. Definitely not the biggest in Berners, but definitely the future of Berners. Lovely, lovely, scaly banger. And let's get this one back, mate. You want to get that rod back out, don't you? I know you're itching. But lovely to be off the mark, eh, mate?
Yeah, can't grumble with that, mate.
You can sleep well.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Well in, mate, well in. Alright there, mate, what are you driving? The Titanic? So we've got a right little routine going, although I'm not the best boat driver in the world. But I'm driving in, I hold the rod for T, he drives his boat out, and then we swap over and he puts his rod on the pod. And that's a little routine we got going at the moment. It's around 7 foot, as you can see, the whole way out there, but just over, but quite clear across the board. Very clear. That's sort of mid water now. Clear still. It's T setting his rod, by the way, guys. But yeah, you get the general idea. Nearly in. HMS Bone. I see you soon. Well, what a lovely way to start the evening. It's just gone 7 o'clock and it was lovely to see one early. But yeah, look at that. They look absolutely mega out there. Crazy, crazy, crazy. It's that wind's coming in, that thunderstorm's coming in tonight. Everything is just bob on. I just hope I cross everything on my body that I nick one tonight. Like I said, I'm gutted I lost that one last night, but it is what it is, that's fishing. So, time to sit back again, and I'm sure we'll touch base with you if any more action occurs. I'll see you in a bit. Rain's coming again. I don't know if you can see that to my right there, I've done the weeding. But yeah. Fish have been showing more so to the left, also over to my right as well. Zoom back in. All they've got to do is move in that V in the middle. It's game over. Come on, the carp. Would you believe it? I didn't get that on record, guys, but my rod absolutely melted off, my middle rod in the middle of the baited area. That was on an OG fish bottom bait, which I've had fish on it before on them, with a little yellow topper. But look at that for a fish. Absolute banger, mate. Absolute banger. And obviously first one for me, so I've beat the blank, thank God, because me and T were both worried, weren't we, mate?
Yeah, you're wrong.
But what I'll do is I'll quickly get the other side up and then we'll let this one go. But I'm absolutely buzzing and over the moon with this one. Thank you very much, Mr. Mirror. Let's show you the other side very quickly. Happy days. Hey, and there it is. That is the other side. Just as beautiful. Hopefully this is the first of many. Come on, the Parker Baits. Yes. Rod's all back out on the money, pitch black out there, got the mozzie light on there. Look, it's absolutely smashing mozzies. But I'm happy, and I've just had a line on the middle rod again. Oh, come on. Well, it didn't happen. Just on 6 o'clock, I'm going to start for an hour. I'm absolutely knackered. I sort of didn't get much sleep last night. Fish moved again. The wind's just relentless, absolutely relentless. I just don't think the fish are coming up in numbers in front of us. But yeah, I couldn't resist sitting up for a little bit watching that. That sunrise is beautiful over there, absolutely beautiful. And now we'll make the swans are coming. I just had a boring bacon roll. It is now just gone 10 o'clock. The wind's still thumping down the other end. I am starting to see fish show more to the right of the island and right up close to the island. But yeah, coffee time now, time to sit back and enjoy the rest of the day. It has been quiet in the days, the last couple of days, but I just hope today is different. I really, really do. Well, 11:30 and no real updates. Just sitting there watching the water, and a gentleman come round, a Scottish gentleman come round, Ali his name was, and what a lovely, lovely bloke. And mate, when you are watching this, thank you very much. He gave me a posh lemonade, and they're absolutely banging, and some water, and in return I give him some boilie. So yeah, it was nice. Been watching the channel for a very, very long time. Lovely to have a proper chat with someone. It makes it all worthwhile when you meet people on the bank that watch the channel. He's watched the early stuff, the car bits, the goo videos. So mate, like I said, thanks very much for tuning in. It really does mean the world to me and my family. It makes it all worthwhile when we're doing all these hours of editing, bait making, etc, etc. So pleasure meeting you. But now I'm going to sit back. Oops, terrible video in there. Enjoy this bad boy and watch the water. And probably in the next couple of hours I probably should think about redoing my rods, but the bait boat is recharging with a power pack at the moment, so I wonder how that's getting on. I'll see you in a bit. It is absolutely smashing it. Within the space of 10 minutes it just went out. We saw these big black clouds come over. It's probably going to pass, but just before that the middle rod absolutely melted off, hit into it and lost it quite early on. But look at this, mate. You must be mad, man. Look at it. Shorts on. Thank God I'm in my bivvy. I literally put 2 spoms out just before, and it was weird. Let me talk you through the bite. So what I've done is I didn't bring my two rods here. This left hand rod's I've moved and playing about with, but the 2 right hand rods on the tree, they are bang on the money, and they were since last night. So I thought I'd top up with a bit of bait. Obviously the middle rod I had the fish on last night, so I thought I'd top up with a bit of bait, put 5 spoms out, sat out there with tea. Within the space of 5 minutes, middle rod bobbins pinned up and absolutely melted off. And I said that must have been 10 minutes ago, something like that. So it's a good sign. But if that rod roars off now, I'm going to get absolutely soaked. Come on. 4:15 and the guy next door has just had an absolute banger. About 6 fish have just come in the space of half an hour, all from this bank, and then it jumps past us, and then they've just nicked one, sort of just up from tea, or lost one should I say. So yeah, madness. It's crazy how it just switches on. I just hope they switch on over here. Better go and let T know that someone catch it next door. Teasy in bread with garlic. So he's found this garlic sauce, so in a second I'm going to have a bacon sandwich. You don't want no bacon, so I'm going to have a bacon sandwich. Let me show you. With a view. Oh, that was funny. Me and T have been sat there for the last, well, most of the day, haven't we, mate, really?
Yeah, it's something great.
Watching and bosh and bosh and bosh and bosh and bosh. I said, I've got a ping. I said, that's enough. I got off my seat, walks over, and I was going to pick up my left hand rod. And as I'm walking up to my rod, my middle rod absolutely pins up and goes, didn't it, mate? So fingers crossed and get it in. I'm going to concentrate now because this feels alright, but we haven't had many, so I need to get it in. I'll see you in a bit.
35.8, hang on.
35.8
with the things. No, sorry. So it's 34.8, sorry. 34.8, yeah. 34.8, yeah.
Sure.
100%.
Wow. Unbelievable. 34.8. And what I've just did, I lost for words. It's beautiful, that is the only word for it. Beautiful nosser, we're going to call this one. Thank you very much, Mr. Mirror. You are something else, and I think, to be honest, I'll go home a happy man. I'm shaking. Happy days. Let's show you the other side real quick. Buzzing. Yes. So arguably the better side. Me and T both agree. Like I said, what a lump. Thank you very much, Mr. Mirror, and thank you very much to Parker Baits. That was on the OG fruited nut, that one, on the bottom bait, 18mm, with a little orange topper. Get in. Thanks, mate. Cheers, Berners Hall. So, rod's back out on the money, and there's fish showing off the back of the spot right against that island again still, which again is out of my zone in this particular swim. I thought I'd just quickly go over what I'm doing and the bait, so I'll quickly touch on that in a second. So Bosh, first up is our OG fish chop slash crumb. You got some chops, some crumb in there. The only twist I've done with this is added tiger nut meal to it, and it looks absolutely banging. It really does. So I've been given a good bed of that. I brung about 20 kilo of this with me, and I've put them in 5 kilo bags like this. I didn't want to put them in our fancy Parker Baits bags. And yeah, that's the base of the mix. So let me touch on the next bits. So next up, corn, just generic corn. Me and T get the frozen stuff, not the cheapest stuff, we like the sweetest stuff, so we've got that bag of that. And because I like fish in a mix, I finish it off with the OG fruit and nut baits there. They're lovely. These are my own ones. I steamed them for a real short period of time, so they go absolutely lovely. They're not that hard, they're beautiful baits. And then what I've done is I've got some 18mm I'm fishing over the top. I've got one bag of them, I've just dried them out on top of the bib with some Himalayan. And that's basically how I'm fishing. That is pretty much the mix. There's 2 other sauces I'm going to put in and add to this, and I'll show you now. So the first liquid is the flat spot. This stuff is absolutely brilliant. It's like hemp oil on steroids. That's the only way of putting it across. It really is good stuff, and I personally feel you don't need as much. It's got that sort of famous monster crab sort of smell to it, but that will do me on that. So a bit of that, and then finishing it off with the OG fruit and nut sauce. Me and T love this stuff. It's absolutely brilliant. It's a game changer. It's a pure liquid food, and literally all I've been doing is just putting quite a bit on. I've done 4 bottles of this already. I've gone a bit crazy, but I need to be a little bit reserved on this because I've got a few mixes to go. So that's that. OG fruit and nut, the sauce, banger. So Bosh, there it is, a real sticky, smelly mix. The OG fruit and nut chops there, some whole boilies, some crushed boilies, and then you've got the fleck there of that lovely sweet corn. It's got a lovely consistency to it, and that is literally what I've been fishing since I've been here. Like I said, we probably put out a bit of bait, but again, I'm sure I'll touch on that by the end of the week, what sort of bait we've used. We have been here for 7 days, we've brought a lot with us, but look at that. Right, time to top up a bit of spoms, and what I'm going to do is add a bit of water to that now, and go from there. Happy days. That's my mix. Well, I'm with the gentleman next door, and I've heard his rod absolutely melt off. His left hand rod, and he reckons he's maybe into a massive catfish. It's just been stripping line. It was a long rod, and it was it's just absolutely stripped a load of line. A good couple of long runs, so I'll keep you posted as it comes in, and hopefully very soon we're showing you either an absolute nosser of a carp or a slug. Fingers crossed, you know.
So heavy.
Is it?
It must have been a cat because it just went for such
just
a really long
big
swing.
dead weight.
Yeah, it was, yeah, I just couldn't stop it.
If it is a catfish, it will be the first Berners catfish that's been on video up here, definitely. So that'd be very interesting if it is a catfish. I've seen them from afar, but not got one on video, so it's just going to be interesting. If it is a catfish, it could be an absolute massive carp, but we'll see. There it is, swimming off. It wasn't a catfish, but it was a foul carp, so that one didn't count. Went back very safely though. What a shame. Fair play, mate. Well, the video's jumped a bit, to be honest, but we've been enjoying the evening. We had like a pot noodle thing, so I didn't get any recording of that. But I've got my wolf thing on there. It's the Mozzie Killer Zapper. It's absolutely brilliant, to be fair. But yeah, getting a bit tired now, but we're going to get an early night and then get up in the middle of the night and watch for a little bit. But there is boshing out there because I've been listening to him sort of in that middle area again. But good night for now. I'll see you in a bit. So it's 3:15 now. Oh sorry, quarter to 3 now. We're aiming for another 2 hours, but the pressure's coming down. This was over 120 when we got it. So yeah, fingers crossed. Matey's next door's had, oh jeez, another couple. I've been listening to him. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Morning, just gone 7. Been watching for the last 20 minutes and there's fish showing right off the back of the spot. Slightly more our way, but that is a good sign. It'd be lovely to nick one this morning. Fish just bosh right over the back there. That's where they've been showing most of the time here, where that is now. And again, that is the spot. That's where they've been showing most of the time we've been here. Well out of my zone. But yeah, moody morning, and it's just coming up to 10 o'clock now. It didn't happen again last night. The wind is still coming down this end. This morning it was weird, it flattened off a bit. Saw a fish show, literally a rod length off the back of the spot. I even had a chance to take the drone up to get some footage for the video and that, and whilst it was up I saw a lot of clouding up sort of from that middle section, again all the way up to the island, sort of all around the island, but I don't know whether that's fish feeding or the wind or what over there pushing that sort of milky water, if you like. I don't know what it is, but it looks very strange and I can't quite work it out unless there's that many fish over there feeding. And if that was the case, then why haven't we got to run? So, but no, lots of fish showing visibly coming out of the water to my left still. And T is going to do the move. The mate he's next to me, I think, has had 6 runs since he's been here. He just done a couple of nights. And yeah, fair play, absolutely fantastic angling, fished a £39, unbelievable. So T's jumping in that swim, no brainer. It's been obviously had someone in it the whole time we've been here, and people have been picking up fish. The guy before this guy, I don't think he he lost one. I think we saw him have a run, but that is going to put T in that main body of water and hopefully give him a bit of an edge. But for now I'm going to top up with a few spoms. I was very reluctant to do that this morning. I didn't want to when they were feeding out there was a few bubbles and stuff. I didn't want to start smashing it apart with a spom. Now I think a lot of people get up in the morning, start smashing it to pieces with a spom. I thought, no, I'm not going to do that, I'm going to wait, and that's why I've waited till 10 now. But again, we've sort of passed that real early morning or that sort of first bit of morning bite time, but it's not to say it can't switch on. Yesterday I put a few spoms out and I had to run straight away, so that's the plan of action now. Keep them positive, and we're running low on rations, so I think we're going to have to go out today. But time to top up with a few spoms and keep that bait nice and fresh over there. I just lost one on the left hand rod, little stocky that was right in front of me, pinged the hook like the other one did. I didn't get as close as I did to the big one, but yeah, come sort of in front of me, darted around for a bit. It was probably about, I don't know, £12 if that. Lovely black thing it was. But yeah, rod's in front of me now, time to get that back out, and I'll see it in a little bit. I just thought I'd keep in the loop. Wow, I've just come back from my mate Ali. I've got some more lemonades. To be fair, he come over and he said, "You want some more lemonade?" So thank you very much, mate, much appreciated. And you've definitely changed me. If you haven't tried these bad boys, get on it, it will change your life. The best lemonade in the game. So I'm gonna have one of them. He also got me these, so I'm definitely going to be bringing them to the channel very soon. Whether it will be this trip, I'm not 100% sure. And legend, mate, absolute legend. Thank you very much, means the world. So yeah, rain's come in, sitting back, I'm not going to lie, that left down rod I've pulled in and I've binged it. Got a nice drop on it as well, literally on my borderline over there, towards that island. So I physically can't do much more. I think T's having a bit of a sleep after moving all of his stuff. He's dropped his rods with a boat, thanks to Kev. So we took the boat out, bang bang bang, dropped 3 rods, pretty much on where the other guy was fishing. He wasn't there 48 hours, he was there for 24 hours. I got it wrong this morning when I said, and he had 6 runs, so fair play. And clearly the fish are out in that zone, so absolutely smashed it. It's good angling, and he had fish to 39 pound, unbelievable, so absolutely smashed it. But 3 nights ahead of us now. This will be a 1 video. I was going to do 2 parts, but because there's not been masses of action, this will be 1 video. So I think we're having a Chinese tonight if we can get one delivered, so I'm really looking forward to that because we are running low on food and we need to top up tomorrow. So thanks to Ali for sorting us out some water and some little rations. That's going to pull us through the next day. So I'm going to sit back in here now, lock onto the water, enjoy the afternoon in this horrible weather, and see you soon. Right, so I thought I'd just talk you through. I'm using a sort of 4 ounce flat pair there. Tubing here at Berners, you're not allowed anything else, or a few other little bits, but again all explained on their website. I'm just pushing the rubber on and then running her up. I'm probably running, excuse the terrible video there, I'm probably running about 1 metre, so quite a bit. It's the tungsten stuff, but what I always do is just before I cast it out, or I've just done it, I push my fingers and I squeeze all the air out in the water, just in case there's an air bubble in there. I know it's tungsten, but just for that mind reassurance, you haven't got a little bit sat like that on the bottom. It's always worth doing. So right, time to take this one out. I'm going to take this out on the boat. Let's do it. Really too much more to report. My back is killing me. I'm getting bivvy back. It really is doing my nutting. I keep slobbing over like this watching the water, but me and T have just ordered an absolute feast. I've got a seafood pizza coming, half a lamb wrap, some chips in a pitta. We even got dessert as well, so sort of this is our last takeaway. We're going to pop to the shop tomorrow, so it's like to try and pull up the morale a bit, if you like. So yeah, a nice bit of food. I'm quite looking forward to it. We're starving because we've run out of rations, and we literally this morning I've eaten a the chocolate, like breaded sticks, you put them in the chocolate thing, they're about that big, so I've literally eaten nothing all day, so I'm absolutely starving. So we went in, nothing really to report on the fishing front, part of what I said earlier about punching that one over there, but yeah, I'm happy. I can't do much more now. I topped up with spombs this afternoon, give them a little bit more bait, sort of a quarter of a bucket, a little bit had left over, plenty of the sauce on in the flat spot, put a lovely flat spot out there as well. But yeah, I'm happy now. I'm just going to sit back, watch the water, wait for our food, and I'm sure I'll touch base for you when it turns up. So I'll see you in a bit. So bosh, I just went and got the takeaway, seafood pizza, got some chips, more chips, I think there's a pitta in one of these, a doner wrap, T's got a burger, double burger whammy, drinks, I got the Dr Pepper, he's a Coke guy, I haven't had a Dr Pepper in years, so I've got some sauces in here as well. Happy days mate, let's enjoy. I won't shove the camera in T's face. We're going to eat and enjoy. And by the way, if you are getting a pizza from this place, what was it? Do you know what it was called? Peppers.
Peppers, mate, yeah.
Peppers, it was called, just for reference. And this was a stuffed crust pizza. I've had a slice already because I'm a greedy bloke on the way back. But the stuffed crust one is a lot better than the one I had the other night. So we bought from the same place from the first night we got here because we packed up late, etc. But this one's definitely better. So order the stuffed crust with a view. Come on, we're enjoying our food and it's starting absolutely smashing it down again. I'll see when I've got the cookie dough in front of me. So that is pudding, cookie dough, absolutely, oh, look at that, looks absolutely lovely. So I'm going to eat that. Now look at that mate, lovely rainbow, absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to sit, still tricking them with rain a little bit, eat the food, eat this little pudding, and enjoy the rest of the evening. Beautiful. For me, rod's looking keen. I'll be so careful on this bank. So slippery, it really is. Got to be careful. So yeah, dinner, I am stuffed crust. That was an absolute crazy dinner, but I'm so glad we ordered it. It was absolutely lovely, and that cookie dough at the end made it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of get an early night tonight. I'm going to watch for another hour and sort of go into the darkness. I'm not going to outro at darkness tonight. I'm going to sort of leave it here, and then hopefully next time you see me or T, I'm picking up that camera, recording T this side tonight, not this side in that peg, believe it or not. It's free, but I bet you someone's going to jump in that in the morning. It's Friday tomorrow, and this is it. I think it's 3 nights left. Come on, 40 pounder. Come on, Boris. Oh, Berners, you are a cruel place. Cruel place. Nothing again last night, but I've woken up this morning. Woke up in the middle of the night for a bit, watched for an hour or so, a couple of hours in the dark like I normally do, and literally it's just gone 8:30 around that sort of time. Middle rod, not just one beep, 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 beep. That's weird. I reckon there's fish. The wind's turned. The wind is now going sort of, it's not done this all week. The wind is now going that way, but it's sort of going in towards that bank. It's meant to kick a little bit, but fingers crossed. This could mean everything. I've been waiting for this. Me and T have been waiting for this all week, for that wind to turn, and this is why I didn't move yesterday. There was an opportunity to move, but I didn't want to move, and then the wind to turn. I knew this was going to happen, but fingers crossed this changes everything, because apparently at the late week when the wind was turning, the fish were then coming on this spot and then proactively catching. So if that happens today, it's that wind. Simple as that. 100%. That's my thoughts on it. But yeah, so what I've done is I've quickly reeled my left down rod in. That was sort of on a single, nothing all night. Pulled that back in, put a fresh bait on it, put a tiny little bag, and then put it straight on the spot. Being that I've just had probably about 2 foot off the left hand rod. First time, to be honest, I couldn't believe my luck. I got it so right. Half asleep, binging this rod, hit, clip, bang, perfect. Donk, lovely. Pulled it back, pulled the link out, and she sat lovely. I would imagine that's sitting absolutely beautiful. It is, it sat beautiful. You can sit behind quite confident rods. So yeah, that's where I'm at. We ain't got no breakfast because we need to go out today. Might have a coffee in a bit. But one time, Ben, this morning, like I said, I didn't have much to eat. My knee's been, I've never had so much pain in my knee socket. I don't know what's going on with me. Hopefully I ain't turning into someone who gets problems all the time, because I've been quite lucky through my life. I've not had really many issues with sort of health and stuff, although I was a fat boy about 2 years ago and I lost my 6 stone. Plug, if you want to go to the channel and you want to lose some weight, guys, and you want to know how to do it, I lost 6 stone in 6 months. Head over to the channel and check that out. But yeah, luckily I've got a way of being quite healthy, and my back this session as well, like an old man. So fingers crossed it's short term, not long term. I want to get back on my nice comfy bed and get out of this bivvy and get rid of my bivvy back. I should be alright. So I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Sit back now for an hour or so and watch the water. I think that is the plan of action, so I'll see you in a bit. Just laying in bed and have been for a while, just watching the water. I don't know if you can see that tiny little flat spot coming up on the baited spot. 13-foot rods, that's just over 20 wraps, but no bait out, no nothing. That's a sign. I'm just going to keep watching and see if any fish show. No fish have shown on top of it. I've been watching a while. Come on, the carp. Right, wow, I've just come back from the shops with tea, and we got a few more bits stocked up on bits and bobs, more water, some food. We got chili con carne one night, and again I'm sure I'll get that on video. A couple of other bits. Picked up one of these as well, Twinkie lattes. Never had one of these before. I'm going to shake this and have this. But time to get the rods back out now on the money. Which I'm going to do exactly the same, put all three on the spot. Been playing around with them the last 24 hours and it hasn't happened, so therefore I'm going to go back to my spot because I'm quite restricted now because I've got people, T's one side, obviously got a gentleman the other. So that is the plan of action, and yeah, I'm sure I'll touch base with you later on this afternoon when we're all set up, and I'm not rushing around like a nut job, but I'm going to drink some of this now and yeah, get set up and get the rods back out. So boom, that is the rods out. Them two went out first time. One of them being that I used a boat and the right hand rod I've cast. That took me about 4 goes in the end, but got it in the end perfect. My mate Swan's here. They hiss at me and I'm only bugging for them, feeding them around the lake. So winds, I tell you, that wind's still changed. It's going across the lake, and as I said to you before, it's just been going there relentless the whole week. So, and also taking the boat out, there was pinging fish. It was pinging fish on our spot. So come on. Wow, we're sat there. Me and T, after getting back from the shop earlier, like I mentioned to you, and I saw some fish though, so I thought I'd put a single on them. And it's not been long after, and the rod's absolutely howled off. The alarm's not working very well, so even the bloke next to me commented on it, said, "Cool, we heard that go, mate." The clutch absolutely ripping. Me and T certainly did when I scurried over from the chair and pulled into the rod. I even took my jumper off and T gave me a hand, he held the rod. I said, "What do you think?" He said, "Yeah, it's holding its ground out there." So hopefully, fingers crossed. But to be honest with you, I don't care. It's just nice to get a bend in the rod, T, eh?
Yeah, you know, mate. You're not wrong.
No. Right, I'm going to leave it at that, and hopefully next time you see me, I've got a fish on the bank. Happy days. Well, like T just said, pleasantly surprised. He's an absolute fat boy, this one. Look at that. It doesn't do it justice, the camera, at all, but I can tell you now, just believe me, she's fat, she's thick on the top, and I'm sure a fish that's going to do big weights in the future. So what was it, 25?
25.10, mate.
25.10. And like I said, seeing them showing fish, they couldn't resist a OG fruited nut, which is a washed out pink. I do love the washed out pinks, and I can fish with them in confidence with a little bit of the bait spray on, boost them up, game over. And it did, it fell to it. Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Mirror. I'll quickly show the other side, but look at that, happy days. That there, guys, is the other side. It's cool, it's got these like 3 scales ish on it in the middle, little pin scales, which is quite cool. But yeah, it gives you a gauge of the thickness of it there. She's a real gutty thing. So we're gonna get this one back now, but thank you very much, and come on to Parker Baits, get in there. So boss, there it is. Fish went away safely there, lovely. And I'm absolutely covered in slime, so I need to clean myself off in a second. But yeah, well happy with that. And it's been a couple of days without a bite. It's been a grueler, it really has. It's been hard. But I'm sure before now and leaving, I'll touch on my rigs and what I've been having them on, and we'll go from there. So I'll definitely do that before I leave over the next couple of days, if you like, or I say leave, finish the vlog. But yeah, happy with that. Like I said, rod back out in the money, and if even T's words were, that couldn't have gone any better. It went out absolutely lovely, to be fair. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm going to sit back now, clean myself off, probably put a jumper on because there's a little chilly wind coming in, and hopefully we can nick a few more this evening. Get in. Well, dinner for tonight, I think we're going to save the chili con carne for tomorrow with the Doritos. We got these brioche seeded buns. T brought his supply.
Get in though.
Cheers, T.
You're welcome.
And we got some nice eggs. So T got some nice eggs, some co-op, free range, sexy bad boys. Look at them. Lovely. With a view. And we're going to eat these, sit back, lock onto the water, enjoy the evening, and just hope and pray something happens at night time. Just one big fish would change absolutely everything right now. So that's what we're hoping for. See you guys very soon, hopefully. We have got, it's nearly a moon phase, so you got the one just before a full moon tomorrow. I just hope some of the big ones come out to play this tonight. Good night all. Come on, Carp. How was that for a double take this morning? The rod's absolutely screamed off. One went, land that. It was in the net still, like pin the net in. And then I've got another one which is bigger than this in the net. And I'll show you that in a second. But it's a lively one. Give me a bit of a scrap as well. This was on a combi setup, and an OG fruit and nut 80mm bottom bait with a little orange sliver topper. I'm going to get this one back because it is a lively one. I'm going to show you the other side. Happy days. Show you the other side? No, I'm not going to show you the other side. I'm going to get this one back because I want to show you the bigger one. Right, so there it is. There's the bigger one, 31.7. And what a morning it's been. Hopefully I can just keep them coming now on the spot. Not seeing nothing out there, no fish showing, but again this fell to an 80mm fruit and nut bottom bait with a little sliver of orange on top. But look at that for a banger, mate. 31.7. Thank you, Mr. 30. Lovely. Not the one standing in front of me, this one. Happy days. Let's show you the other side real quick. Banger. That there is the other side. Just as incredible. The fish in here are just mind-blowing. They really are. They really, really are. Thanks, mate. Let's get you back. Cheers, buddy. Well, I think it'd be rude not to get in the water with this one. Let's get her back. Thank you very much, you scaly banger. So, yeah. 7. Rod's back out, binged out. Left hand rod, that's the left of the baited spot. I'm glad that combi's working. Really happy with that. I call it my big fish rig. I've used it for a long time. And I sort of flick on and off it. I use my booms a lot of the time. If you can put this boom with that supple bit at the end, it's just an absolute game changer. It really is. And the ones that I've had, granted the one I lost in front of me was on the combi as well, and that did ping. I can't sit here and say that didn't happen because it did. But they've all been nailed, par that one. Fish is just boshed over to the left there as I've looked up. Very active, well, I say very active, they were active sort of in the middle of the night, and then morning come, only about 45 minutes ago, where there wasn't many shows. It kind of stopped the shows, the first light, and then they had the runs. Very weird, but that's the first show I've seen now since this morning, so all the early first light. So yeah, fingers crossed we can make it happen today. One more night ahead of us now, and I'm sorry that this video has been a bit like chop 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 chop, and it's all been a bit sort of broken up a bit. But all I can do is apologise, guys, because it's one of them. I've been here this week and this is my holiday and I've thoroughly enjoyed it, but obviously the fishing has just not been how we thought it was going to be. And that's the God's honest truth, that it really is. And I thought it was going to be a lot better than this, but it hasn't. It's been slow and hard. It's been really, really, really hard. It really has. It's, you know, trying to tweak things. But anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. I'll make myself a coffee in a second, but like I said, before the end of this video I will touch base on that combi setup and talk you through that very quickly. I think it'll be quite interesting. Fish has just showed against the island there now, they're starting to show. Happy days. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to keep locked on, and I'll see you very soon, hopefully. So it is breakfast time. Behind me I'm cooking some eggs, but look how shallow it is. It's madness. It's got to be 6-7 foot shallower. You can see it on the island as well. It's madness. I've never ever seen it this low up here. But if I bring you over here, take that one off for a second. Some eggs in there, look. Some fancy buns, some brioche buns. There. That's what we're going to have. Wind's absolutely howling down the other end, really. It's trickling down there lovely now, and I'm sure it's pushing the fish with it. Just hope we can pick some up on the way through now, while they drop down on them spots and have a good old munch. Kev would be proud. Look at these, cooked to perfection. That pan is absolutely brilliant. Little bit of ketchup. Not that we're going to record that, guys, but that's going to go in there. Happy days. Tea sat down there, bringing breakfast on chair, not in bed, with a view. Lovely. Right guys, so now I'm just going to talk you through my combi setup. This is what I've been doing well on this particular session. It's been picking up both 30s that I've had, and it's done very, very well. So I'm fishing a 9-inch boom here, as you can see in front of you. It's a 30 pounds. It's got a lovely sort of stiffness to it, but not too stiff. It's like a semi-stiff material, if you like, and it just sits and falls down perfectly. On the end there, I've got a rubber. It's an ESP tail rubber, a kicker I call them, and it normally sits to about there, but I've actually taken off just a little bit. Moving on to the business end, I've got a 3mm ring there, and this is supernatural braid, and what I've done is I've looped it over to my chosen length, which is 2 inches in this particular time. I have done a loop in the end, and I've done the loop quite big, so as you can see there's a knot sort of there, see the loop sitting over, and then what I've done is I've just passed it through that ring, dropped it back through on itself with the hook prior to putting a bait on, and it drops through, and then I just pull it up nicely. Why do I do that? Now, a lot of people do different knots when it comes to that ring on the end. I like doing this because what I do think it does is it gives it that little bit more. And what I do is, being this is supernatural braid, and it's semi-stiff supernatural braid, and what I've done is I've stripped it all back, but the braid itself has naturally got a bit of stiffness in it, I feel. Enough that I know if I hit clip perfectly it's going to do its job on the bottom, but also I do want that suppleness so it moves around, and that is the whole point of me fishing this particular setup. I want something that's, if it doesn't hit 100% and there is a bit of surface weed there, being that supple end should sit on it more uniform than just fishing a boom directly, because sometimes the boom will sit up in the water like so. Now by doing that it should eliminate that. So moving right down to the bit that matters, on the end there I've got a rigger hook. It's a size 4. These are very aggressive hooks. I've spoke about them on the channel before. I think they're absolutely brilliant. I've further then run a bit of tubing over the top there, and this is shrink tube. This is the coolder stuff, and it's the medium version in weedy green. I just like that, being that there's a lot of weed there, and I just run another extra 2mm to just extend that eye to make it even more aggressive than it naturally already is. On the end there, and this is what I've been doing well on, and obviously what I do is, another little tip on this is, when you're doing the loop for the hair rig, because you're fishing bottom baits, you don't want to break the bottom bait, do the loop as big as you can so it sits right close to the eye, and then what you'll find is your baits will go on easy then. I've got an 18mm fruit and nut with a tiny little sliver there of zig foam. I love this stuff, and it's just like a topper, just a subtle topper, just something else, you know. It's not just a fruit and nuts on the bottom, that's just something, that visuals there, and that's something I've done very well on up here, and it's caught me a 40 up here. I have actually had a 40 on this rig, fishing the fish in a very similar style with little bits of red on top, and I've done well on that. So that there then, guys, very quickly, I'll put that in shot, is my combi setup. And if you would like me to actually tie this and talk through it very slowly, tie it, if that's something you're interested in me doing, get in the comments down below, and that is something I'll definitely look at doing. I really will look at doing that. I think it's definitely a rig that people forget about. Very easy to tie, deals with a lot of circumstances, and it's a game changer with big fish. It just nails big fish. Another thing I didn't mention there, guys, it's on a barbless hook as well, because it's a barbless rule here, and being that, again, it's so aggressive, I'd rather fish a hook like this, knowing that if it kicks and that second they feel that resistance in the lead and it pulls in, I know of these hooks, I've got confidence in them massively, so that's another big thing for me. So like I said, get in the comments down below, guys, if you want me to talk through this rig, and I could maybe do like a Wednesday upload on this, something I've been speaking about in the channel, and I'll get that uploaded. So there it is, happy days. So tea's on cooking duty tonight, and what we having, mate?
A glamorous meal of Rustler burgers, mate.
A glamorous meal of Rustler burgers. We're both feeling sorry for ourselves. Sat here just hoping and praying a full moon tonight. Let me take you off here. Yeah, hoping and praying tonight a full moon's coming in. right on the face, so it's going to be interesting. Really is. I can't wait for it. Imagine catching a 40-pounder on her last night. That would really make the trip. But when we went up the shop, let me show you. We got some the rib ones, didn't we?
Yeah, mate.
And a normal burger, cheeseburger one. So we're going to have one of each burger. And I bought this for the chili con carne, but I think what we'll probably do is just maybe top up with cheese on the burgers.
Sounds good.
Happy days. Right, there we go. Come on, Carp, please, tonight. Boris, the ghosty. Oh, just another 40 would be lovely. Come on. Tell you what, he's better than me. Ha! It's quite hot. He's toasted the buns as well. Proper chef. So next up we've got a rib one. How's yours going, T?
Yeah, kind of.
Messed up a bit. Right, this is me and my bivvy now. It's my view. I don't know if the moon's up yet. I can't see the moon. No, nothing yet. But like I said, full moon room for tonight. Last night, and we're off in the morning. So will it happen? That is the question. T's already in his bivvy up there. I'm literally going to get my head down in a second. It's been a long day, to be fair. We've been up early hours and we've been up watching the water all day long. But all it takes is one of them rods to go tonight with an absolute monster. Everything's crossed on my body, and I'm going to leave it at that, guys. And obviously I'll touch base with you who have a fish, and if not, I'll touch base with you in the morning. If I do get up in the night and that, and I do get beeps, I'm not going to top up with bait. All my buckets have been put away now and stuff. I've done my last bit of bait earlier. But if I can get any footage of the moon later on this evening, I will, and I'll keep you posted. I got a little bit yesterday, but yeah, I'll keep you posted. But there it is. I'll see you in a bit. Come on, not good. Right hand rod down there, look. I've just redone it, and I was done horrendously. So I've got that back out on the spot. Let me turn this off. Look at this, mate. There she is. The full moon, lighting the whole lake up. But it's 12 o'clock at night. Look at that, lovely. And there is fish showing, because I just heard something there right against the island. Come on, fish. One big fish, that's all I ask. Slow night with the full moon. T come over about 20 to 7 this morning, early morning wake up call, and he said to me, "You start packing up, mate?" I'm like, "Nah, mate, I need another hour or so." So with that, I've laid in bed about 20 past 7. I watched my, looked at my phone again. Must have been about 20 minutes on from that. The middle rod's absolutely peeling off. Alarm screaming. And I'm in contact with one. It'd be lovely to get this one before we go. It might be the last fish before we leave. Been playing it a while. It's given me a right old scrap, but I couldn't tell you how big it is at the moment. So hopefully next time you see me, I've got a fish on the bank. Lovely mist behind me, sun coming up in front of me. Couldn't really ask for much more on the last morning, really. God, this really is giving me a bit of a scrap here. Hopefully it's not a catfish. I'll see you soon. In tears. We've done it. We have done it. I honestly can't believe it. Beginning of the video, I was talking about a fish called Eric's Ghosty, and this one dearly T wanted. I mean, me as well. And look at this, mate. Got it in the net. Looks a little bit down in weight, but I don't care. I really don't care. That is a fish that we both said we've wanted. We've seen before in pictures. I've seen before in drone footage I got. That's made the week for me. I can't believe it. I honestly can't believe it. I'm just gonna just let the fish rest for a second. My little heart's travelling at about 50,000 miles per hour at the moment, but that is an absolute monster. Yes, yes, yes. Wow, wow, wow.
Proper white mouth.
Wow, 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 wow. Would you look at that? 41£8. Absolute banger. And this one's called Eric's Ghosty. A T me and T, I can't even get the words out, me and T dearly wanted. Just get him up there for you. We dearly wanted. And what a banger it is, and it was well worth it. I was beginning to believe that the week was turning into a bit of a shocker, but this has just made it for me. Stuff me, look at the fish. Look at that, mate. What a banger. Come on, I'll show you the other side. Happy days. And bosh, that there is the other side. What an absolute chunk. It's got like these little black flecks, orange bits up it. It's got two flanks of little half apple slice scales at the back of it. Oh mate, what a fish. What a fish. Thank you, mate. You have made my week.
Well done, mate.
Cheers,
well
bud.
done.
Thank you, bud. So that's it, everything's back. I don't even put the rod back out, to be honest. I'm still over them cloud 9 at the moment, but the slow pack down begins, or the slow pack down, quick pack down. Phones are dead, everything's dead, and looking forward to sleeping on a nice bed tonight when I get home. But I need to sort all this out in here yet. I'll start pulling out the pegs. Look, I'll come back to you just before I leave. Hopefully I can nick something in between on one of them 2 rods left. Come on. Right then guys, well that is pretty much it here. I have got the rods out. I'm going to reel them in a second, and I've got all this to clobber down the back of the hill behind me. But it's been a very interesting week here at Berners, to be honest. A very hard, grueling week, as I keep saying. Very few fish, you know, granted a couple of 30s for myself, and obviously finishing off with that 40 made it. You know, Eric's Ghosty, what a fish, mate, what a fish. T on the other hand, it just doesn't happen for him this session. And anybody that watches the channel, you tell me when T blanks. He doesn't. He ain't blanked, he's had one, but I mean, it's like, he's been here a long time. And then, like I said, sometimes these things just happen. We're going to keep positive, go away from here. Definitely learnt a few more things for sure. So that is this week's video, guys, and sorry it's been a bit bitty. But I did it very quickly as well. That was on the OG fruited nut of a little sliver of orange on it this morning, and that rod was out for 30 hours as well, that when I had and the fish has just showed right against the island over there. So yeah, I'm happy with that, and what a perfect way to end this video. And another 40 from Berners, so that's 3 40-pounders I've had now from this particular lake, so I'm happy with that. And the biggest ghosty I've ever caught, so a PB ghosty on this session in the UK. I'm absolutely buzzing. Well, PB overall, I've never caught a ghosty that big overseas either. So there it is, guys. I've got to thank Berners Hall. I've also got to thank Kevin Bone for lending me the bait boat, and obviously Parker Baits. So there it is. Thanks very much for watching this week's video, guys. If you have liked this video, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you comment down below. Smash that subscribe button so you don't miss any videos going forward. And I'll see you same time next Sunday, 7:30. All the best. Peace out.